Hello, welcome. This is Here's to Your Good Health. My name is Linda Prezioso. I'm a nurse practitioner at Family Medical Center. I'm the owner and operator of the Essential Health MediSpa, and I am the owner of the Essential Health Oils, Restore with Essential Oils, of which Michelle takes care of and does all that for me. So we are going to just talk about natural health, and when Michelle and I get together, we just kind of yak. Yeah. So we're going to yak some, and we will talk about some things. And if you are interested in calling, it's Wednesday the 31st of August.
It's going by fast.
I know, right? And so our number is 407-1111. If you have any questions as we go on through the evening, just give us a buzz. So welcome, Michelle. Thanks for coming.
I'm glad to be here once again in the hot seat.
Yeah, no. That's right. She's in the hot seat. All right. What are you going to talk about? No.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about that. We're going to talk about oils and health and teas and
supplements. Anything.
There's just so much that we can do for ourselves. Mm-hmm. She and I went to a spa in Wilmington, of which I'm kind of basing my MediSpa off of a little bit. So what did you think? Was that overwhelming to you?
We'll do this.
Yeah.
Because I'll cover my grays. Because it was just so much in
a short time,
3 hours that we were there. So we definitely need to either go so far, but to either go back or kind of. But there's nothing around here really to compare it to, is there?
Not that I've found anyway.
Yeah.
So,
but they're very helpful. All those.
Yes, they're very kind, very welcoming, very helpful.
Practitioners, and just really, I was so impressed with their, knowledge and they were like little worker bees in a hive there.
They're so energetic.
Yes.
You ought to see the supplements I bet it's 20 supplements, I'll bet.
Yeah, a
lot.
With the office manager girl.
Yeah.
She was a lean working machine. I mean, lean. She was tall. What do you think, about 5'8"?
Yeah.
And then she had heels.
Taller than that, yeah.
Slim. And Linda commented on her skirt was a little short. Linda's like, I would not allow that in my work.
But I'm an old-fashioned little lady. So.
Yeah, me too.
And we don't live in a college town and a beach town, so maybe it's different there.
But she was a good advertisement for those.
She was, and she knew her stuff.
And
she was very welcoming
skin,
to you.
Everything just beautiful, amazing. That they're all natural, all natural.
Everything's natural, which I just love. So.
I can't take all those supplements though. Some of those pills I call them horse pills.
I know they were, but they're energetic. I'll tell you that. They all have great skin.
Yeah.
And they
take the B vitamins and all that gives you the energy.
And they all get the pellets. So
yes.
So that's where we're lacking. Maybe
that part was a little much to see.
Did you think so?
Yeah, because where you put them,
put them in your derriere, fat part of your butt.
Yeah, the fat meat, not
fat meat
in your butt.
Yeah, fat meat just just like below your waist. So anyway,
interesting, very interesting.
But the pellets can really, and especially the testosterone, can really give you a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And I've heard from some of the patients that I've pelleted that their aches and pains have gone away.
I know, you told me that. How do you know how much to give? Because, testosterone's one of those things, if women get too much, they start facial hair and their voices can get... So you're relying on those labs.
Mm-hmm. And they have, the BioT has a computer program, and you plug in the numbers, and then it pops up with what is the recommended dose.
So BioT does that. Okay, yes. Okay, so it's very interesting. To me.
Anyway, the MediSpa is going pretty well, y'all. We've just obtained a second room in the clinic that we're renting from. it's very small and very compact, but it's opening up for some more of our needs. We are going to start selling supplements. I'm just so biased about supplements, and I really believe they have to be pharmaceutical grade.
Yeah.
And I don't tell any of my patients to buy never from Walmart, because they get a lot of stuff from China. Do not get anything from Walmart in the supplement unless you read if it says made in the USA. Okay, but you can't
I wouldn't
trust
even trust anything from like Walgreens.
No,
or,
CVS, any of them. So in town here right now, we have our choice of Remedy This Naturally, which has great supplements, and Ward Specialty Pharmacy that has great supplements. And I'm going to start carrying supplements that are specific to being pelleted, and the supplements you probably need because of the pellets in your body. So that's part of what Michelle's going to do. She keeps getting more and more added onto her because I don't have the time. There's just not enough hours in the day, and I have my evenings, some evenings, but I'm tired, y'all. I get up at 5:30 and I work 8, 9, 10 hours a day. And when I get home, the last thing I want to do is fire up a computer and do some more work. So I've got to get Michelle trained in that so she can help me even more. So, but anyway, enough of my woes and my ills and my problems. So, we love essential oils. We're doing a lot with essential oils. I just got another customer for us. For people that have psoriasis. It's Michelle makes a blend that it will not cure psoriasis. Nothing cures psoriasis, but from the people that we have made that for, and we have several customers, repeat customers.
Yeah, that relieves them.
And it relieves the itch and takes away the red. So, and with any kind of essential oil, you have to continue to apply.
Yes.
About every 4 or 5 hours. But we had one guy that said, I ain't putting anything on that's greasy. I don't want that girly greasy stuff on me. So Michelle made some for him, put just a little bit of cornstarch in it, and that, wasn't quite as greasy, but it's really not greasy anyway.
It has a lot, the psoriasis blend, which I've got to come up with a different name. I think it's more of like a healing salve, a healing type. Because you can use it for other skin issues, but I did put some carrier oils in it. I do, that are specific to skin like that, and they can be a little heavier and greasier than just the essential oils. So that's the reason. But like you said, you add a little cornstarch or arrowroot, and it really helps absorb or helps the feel of it. It still has the oils in it, but
we went to a place in Wilson last week, I think it was, and they make a lot of natural products, and so we were looking at their products and talking to them, and I of course bought a few things, and I haven't been happy with either one of them.
It says natural, but there are a lot of things in it that are a lot of alcohol and stuff that it's to help the shelf life. It preserves it.
That's the problem with us making products with essential oils. We have to make them to order because they don't last, and
6 months if you're putting carrier oils in something, but the essential oils now can last up to 2 years. The citrus oils do not. They can go rancid before that, and they're photosensitive too.
And I was going to look up frankincense because a friend of ours, her husband has what's that gum disease? What's that called?
Periodontal disease.
What is it? Periodontal disease, something. Anyway, and so and it was costing them, he had to go to the dentist like every 3 months.
It's very expensive.
And have some special treatment. And it was $200 a time. And they're retired, Sally and Pete. So And so she started looking into the oils, and she said, I'm going to give him some frankincense. So she started putting just a few drops of frankincense in a little bit of water, and he rinses with that, kind of squishes it through his teeth and all. And when he went back to the dentist after the 3 months, he had improved without all the other stuff that the dentist gave him. So
clove is really good for tooth, and
is that for pain, or
that's probably mostly for pain, but
I think so.
Myrrh is even better for gum issues.
Really?
Yeah, frankincense and myrrh together are a wonderful team, powerhouse of oils there. But yes, because I've rinsed my mouth with myrrh before when I've had inflamed gums or bleeding gums.
It's clove, it says, promotes oral health.
Yeah. And the clove, like they used to give you, the little clove star thing. It looks like a kernel. What is it called? Clove? Just a clove bud?
Whole clove, I think.
And you could put it on the tooth and kind of keep it there or bite it, and it would relieve pain. I've known people that have done that.
It also helps fight cold and flu viruses. So if we did that, that could help fight all these daggone viruses we got out in our world today.
Yes. Right now we need to think about immunity blends, keeping everybody healthy. Some good oils, cinnamon, clove, rosemary, oregano, eucalyptus, lemon, orange, all that together makes the thieves on guard thieves oil, which is
which is really good for
powerful
immunity.
antibacterial.
It's time to start thinking about some hand sprays too.
Yes, we got to get the mask sprays that people are still masking up.
Oh yeah, more and more it seems.
Yeah, I was in Sam's today and I saw a lot of people wearing masks. So, I'm wary with the kids. I'm really glad they're back in person learning. Yay, thank God. Because, that was so important to me, especially as a former educator and still in the education field somewhat. But, that they were talking about one school district, and the parents have really... It's up north. It's probably Wisconsin or Minnesota. Your home state.
I don't know.
You haven't been there in over 30 years, right?
I haven't lived there in over 30 years. I've been there.
I call her my Yoda for Minnesota. But they were saying the kids had this one school district. It's a big, not the whole state, I don't think, but this one school district made the rule they had to wear a mask. And they were doing the social distancing, all that stuff again. And the parents were like, after all this that we have found out, that number one, children rarely get sick from COVID. They don't transmit it either like we thought, and all this. And so they are just being overcautious or something. I don't know. There's variants, right? They're worried about all that. And so anyway, they were like, oh no. And so they were going to the
they were going to demand that it not be done. Yeah.
And one it showed on TV. Now, I wouldn't have recommended this, but one dad brought his little boy in without a mask, and the person at the door, which was the teacher, I don't think it was the principal. It wasn't, because they got her. Went and got the principal, but she said, you can't come in here. And the father walked right past with the little boy. He was just skipping down the hall, happy as a lark. You can't come in here, sir. And she was like, but he was like, you don't know, I have rights. And he started a whole scene. But
people are getting angry.
They're getting angry
because they've been lied to, and the things that we've been told. Even the CDC is retracting some of the statements that Fauci made, and so nobody knows the truth.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just we need to be informed, honestly informed.
Right, exactly.
And if masks help, great, but I don't think there's been too much proof that they help much. So
No, because it's been transmitting, you know. I mean, we've been masked, and there's still the variants and
Right.
all that, and
but
so
we have essential oils
Yes.
to help fight all of that.
Yes.
So that's the I could get on my
Yes.
soapbox, and that's probably not a good thing. So
Well, I'm really glad they're back in person doing the for the school, and I think that was one of the main mistakes. If they had just done some precautionary stuff like what we try to teach, preventative, that a lot of this would have not affected them. And I mean, I guess the jury's still out, or the whatever is still out about were the schools really big breeding places. So I don't know. I think the public in general was more,
well, now they're saying too that herd immunity, that's when everybody gets,
Yeah.
you kind of pick up that from everybody,
Yeah.
and that should have been done, and not the separation. But
Right.
anyway,
anyway.
it is what it is. So I
But
do
we can recommend some powerful
oils, yep.
antibacterial,
And we make mask sprays, and they're very
antiviral,
effective.
disinfectant. We got all that with the oils.
Yeah.
You can prevent, you can combat, and help to get rid of it. What do you call it? Clean it.
Suppress.
Yeah, I don't really know
I don't
my
know
words
what
here,
word you're looking
but
for.
that's what you need to do, and oils can really help do that in a natural way without causing issues with your household, your pets, it's just
And
good
there's just so many
practice.
things you can do. I'm just reading about Vetiver, which is a calming oil.
Oh yeah, we
But
do that.
it says that they've been used in cultures across the globe for years, thousands of years. And in Vetiver is known as the oil of tranquility in India and Sri Lanka. In India, it has been used to make window blinds that help keep out the intense heat. When the blinds are sprinkled with water and vetiver, they emit the vetiver scent, which cools the air and the body in extreme temperatures. In Java, the root has been used for centuries in weaving mats and thatching huts.
It's like a grass, like a
Yeah,
lemongrass type.
Yeah, it's
And that's great, because if you have mats made out of vetiver
Vetiver,
in your house, and it's emitting those, the
Right,
aromas and the oils.
It's like a diffuser on your window
Yeah.
blinds.
And when you walk
Yeah, it's
over
pretty
those
cool.
mats.
All right, it's time for our first break, and when we come back, we're going to just keep jammering. So if you got a question or an idea for a show, or you want to talk about Uncle Harry's colon cancer, give us a call, 407-1111. We'll be right back.
When faced with special care needs for elderly or disabled loved ones, families want compassionate, comforting care. That's Tender Touch Home Care Services' goal, providing the level of care we would expect for our own. With over 10 years of home care excellence, Tender Touch provides an array of services that keeps your loved one at home. From personal care, light housekeeping, errands, and meal preparation, to our private duty care program, which combines all of our home care offerings in one package.
Tender Touch Home Care Services, where your needs are our concern.
Hi, I'm Richard Koss, pharmacist and owner of Almonds Drug Store here in Rocky Mount. Here today with my wife and 2 daughters. For over 75 years, Almonds Drug Store has been the pharmacy of choice for residents of Edgecombe and Nash County. Our family is proud to call Rocky Mount home, and we are excited about the new services and products we are adding daily at both of our Almonds Drug Stores locations and also at our medical supply store.
Come in and see us at Almonds Medical Supply. We're an extension of Almonds Drug Stores, your local hometown pharmacy. We're here to service all your needs, from wheelchairs to walkers to orthopedic supports to compression hose to hard-to-find wound care supplies. And you'll always get that hometown customer service.
We want our patients to pay the best prices, get the best service available, and have a better pharmacy experience than they will get anywhere else. Our staff is committed to going above and beyond to meet our patients' needs. Whether it is working with your provider to get you the best medication at the best price, contacting your provider to get you refills or a prior authorization, or taking the time to review each of your medications with you personally, or perhaps even helping you find an old-time remedy or other hard-to-find items, your Almonds Drug Store staff will work hard to meet your pharmacy needs. At Almonds, we will deliver your prescriptions for free. Both of our stores have drive-through windows, we guarantee short wait times, and our pharmacists will come out to greet you personally and answer any questions you have. If you want to be met with a smiling face, or even want someone to greet you by name when you walk through the doors, we are the pharmacy for you.
Call Almonds Drugs today.
443-3138 or 446-0014.
Hey, welcome back. Here's to your good health. This is Linda Michelle. We've been talking about essential oils, and I just wanted to highlight turmeric. I love turmeric.
Yes.
I like it in foods, but I take I take a turmeric supplement every day. It's a natural anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
And as you you have a few more birthdays, you get a few more aches and pains, and so it's really helped with my knee pain.
Yeah.
And you can get a turmeric oil, or you can get turmeric as a spice to add to your cooking. They use a lot of that in Indian cooking. I love Indian food.
Yeah, Asian
Spicy.
cooking, Indian cooking.
And but the oil, it helps relieve arthritis and joint pain. That's why I said it's a natural anti-inflammatory. It can serve as a digestive aid, such as irritable bowel syndrome. You just add a drop to your favorite tea, and it can give you a little kick to your beverage, or you can put it in a topical oil. You could just put some oil in your hand and a drop of turmeric and just rub it across your abdomen.
Be careful though, because it will stain.
Oh, will
The
it? The
yellow.
oil?
It's actually the root, and they either grind it up to make powder, which if you get it on your fingers, it's really hard. I buy the root, and I was chopping some, a couple weekends ago, and it was all over. I tried to use plastic, but it was all over the cutting board, on the knife. It did come off my stainless steel blade, the knife, with the sponge.
But your fingers were yellow.
For a long time. My tips would look
I was teasing her about her.
You remember seeing that?
Yeah, I was teasing her about her manicure.
So when you go, if you do it, you can do that, but to put the oil on you, but just be careful you're not wearing something you don't want to be stained.
Right.
And I have had it wash out with putting some type of strong detergent in it, but it'll stain cloth.
Well, I just buy the oil. I'm
I
not
know.
as industrious as she is.
Have you actually bought the turmeric
I have not
oil?
bought turmeric oil.
I'm wondering what it's like
if it's
from
old,
the distilled.
we'll have to buy
Yeah,
some.
we'll have to see what that's
and
like.
it's also been known to fight colon cancer.
Yes,
so
it helps with inflammation.
and so does frankincense, helps cancers. And
I love turmeric.
It can also help some neurologic diseases such as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, spinal cord injury, and stroke. So, nothing's curable. I mean, nothing's going to cure, but it really helps eliminate and alleviate symptoms. And that's what an aspirin does, right?
Right.
It's not going to cure the headache, but it'll eliminate the pain for a little while. So.
Yeah.
And it's also good with depression and anxiety. Vetiver is really good with anxiety.
Yeah.
And it works real well for helping to focus with kids with ADD or ADHD.
And it's very strong, Vetiver. Some people like that because it's very earthy, a very strong, I'd call it earthy smell. It's not like pine or any of those. I love those smells. So if you do make it, put another oil like a citrus with it, or even like eucalyptus or peppermint to take some of that, odor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you like the smell of it? It's very thick. It's a thick oil.
I haven't
Resin.
smelled the oil, but my turmeric tablets.
I'm Vetiver.
Oh, Vetiver. Oh,
Yeah.
Vetiver. Yeah, I like Vetiver.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the oil you don't like that I like? I thought it was Vetiver, but you like that one.
Maybe it is Vetiver. I don't know.
You said it stinks.
Yeah. There's some oils to me that stink. She likes the earthy smell. I don't really like the earthy smell that much.
And they say if you're attracted, now this is interesting, this is more of the aroma, and it's connected to emotions, which is connected to your brain. And a lot of these oils are known to really affect your brain. They've done studies on these, like rosemary helps with cognition and giving you focus, and peppermint, the smell. But they say if you're attracted to earthy, like smells like the vetiver or pine or sandalwood, that it's because you are needing to be grounded. And you think of a tree, like a tall pine or balsam or cypress tree, how it's so strong and the roots, go down, and they just make so many connections in the earth, and that's what you are drawn to. So you might need a grounding oil. Then if you're like the floral smells, then you are needing uplifting, because rose, the most expensive oil, or melissa, the most expensive oils are so uplifting emotionally and spiritually. And then oils like citrus means you need the energy, which is true, because they can give you energy. And so it's interesting how you're drawn to certain smells, because you and I are pretty different in what.
Oh yeah. And we both like lemongrass.
We both like lemongrass. That's
and that's
one.
a citrus.
Yeah. Smell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it like lemon peel or orange peel or tangerine, but
it has a pleasant smell.
Yeah, it's amazing that those grasses, some of them smell like a lemon, a citrus fruit. I'm trying to think of a word. It's fruit. I love orange and I love tangerine too.
I love all the citrus, that's for sure.
Bergamot, which is a really interesting, it's a small, very bitter, but they take the peel just like they do lemon, but it's so different from the other ones. It's a citrus plant. Look up bergamot. And if you like Earl Grey tea, that is the taste in there comes from bergamot. Some people, how do you say
I think it's
bergamot.
Bergamot, yeah. So it helps with mood and serves as a natural antidepressant.
Yes, I love this.
And
it does. It's very uplifting.
Helps the digestive system. You can use it to make a natural deodorant. Can help reduce stress. This is what I need. It manages food cravings.
Yeah.
And it helps support immunity. So
Yes,
all
it's
of the
amazing.
oils have multiple things that they help with.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we don't talk a lot about the emotional or spiritual aspect of the oils, but they really, play a part in that, because even like in the Bible where God gave Moses the ingredients for the incense, for the altar, and a lot of those oils are still in use today.
Oh yeah.
I think the Catholic Church, the ones that they spikenard and
they have
frankincense
some kind of
that they burn. And I've never been to a Catholic service, so you've probably smelled that. Do you remember it? You don't really remember?
I mean, I remember.
I wonder if you smell it, like, and you can't see it, you
wasn't,
would bring back that memory.
Maybe.
'Cause they
It
do.
wasn't offensive.
Yeah.
You know.
Odors trigger memories. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
But, you know, we're off on a tangent. But anyway, they do. In the Bible, God knew, you know, that, well, for one thing, they were sacrificing all those animals. Can you imagine the smell of that? So they kind of probably need something to clear the
'cause
air.
That blood is bleh.
And the incense on the altar, you know, was, I would just love to go back and be like a fly on the wall and be able to
Just
see what that was. But I know some of them, you know, we have the Healing Oils of the Bible, which is a wonderful book by David, I can't remember the author. He talks about the oils and how from, you know, ancient times, how important they were. And not just the priest in the temples,
Right,
but
but
everyday
just in
life,
everyday
because it was
use.
their medicine. And they knew which plants to
That's
get,
right,
which,
that's right.
you know, is still, and it can be controversial, but it's still practiced today.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go out there and pick mushrooms that I didn't know.
Right. Right.
Because, woo, you might be off and woo land.
Or you might die.
Or you
'cause
might
some
die.
of them are
They'll kill you.
poisonous. Yep.
You go on a little trip you don't want to go
Yeah.
on. But it's so amazing that they knew, you know, Appalachia in the mountains, they know all this.
Oh,
they
yeah.
pass it down to their children, and because they couldn't go to the doctor. They didn't have, you know, urgent care on the corner or
Well, even like in the Midwest and places,
yeah.
you know, when they were on farms,
Yes.
and you go to some of those
So
Kansas and places like that, you got to go a long way.
yes.
And so there was a lot of natural healing that was
Yeah.
taking place.
And Grandma taught Mama how to plant them, and she'd go out there and pick her herbs. And you got a stomach ache? I'm gonna go pick some peppermint or spearmint, or you know, you've got a bad bruise or a wound. I'm gonna get you some Heal All. That is a wonderful plant. It grows in the mountains. Is it Heal All or All Heal? I said that wrong. All Heal, and that plant. Kate has shown it to me. My daughter lives in Hendersonville and works on her, it's a resort, but she's like a naturalist. She goes out and she has done hikes where she points out these plants that someone taught her. She didn't know what they were. A person that had a background in plants and what's that, botanist, I guess you call them, but herbalist. And up there it's really big. It's really big, you know. And so anyway, they would pick these plants and put them on and you know, chickweed, that's another one, plantain, all these plants that have such great
Well, that's what God
healing
gave
properties.
us. You know, when I was in Scotland, we were going around from some old churches and stuff, and there was a herb garden in one of the churches, and it listed all the herbs and what they used them for.
From probably the what?
Yeah, way back
1300s?
when. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Wow.
remember, but
A lot of those churches over there.
I mean, they didn't have anything else. And so modern medicine
Yeah.
stemmed from the oils and stemmed from the plants. And it was in the 1900s that, you know, they started adding chemicals and all to make more medicines, but it all stemmed from the oils and from the plants.
Yeah.
And still today you'll see, you know, medicines
Yeah.
that's their main ingredient.
Yeah, because just like our lavender stem made me think, where do these oils come from? They come from stems, seeds, leaves, flowers, bark, resin,
Roots.
Forgot the roots. Turmeric's a root. Well, it's like a rhizome, right? Ginger is we didn't talk about ginger. Anyway, are you hungry?
No, I'm not,
But really, that's where they come from. All parts of the plant. A lot of these, lavender, the universal essential oil. Everybody pretty much knows what lavender is, or have smelled it or seen it in products, and a lot of people say, "Oh, that's grandma's perfume," lavender. But the lavender plant, they use pretty much all of it, and I've grown it. And the stem, the stalk, the leaves, all are very, very fragrant. And so when you pick that and grind it up, you can use that to make a tea, the herb. But if you distill it down, and you know more about how much do you remember how many plants it takes? I forget. It's like thousands of pounds.
not as many as rose petals.
What is the rose petal one?
Oh
Do
my
you
God,
remember?
it's like 50,000 petals for an ounce or something.
And that's
It's
why
some
it's
ridiculous
so
amount.
expensive. And that's just from the petals. But the lavender, from what I understand, they use the whole thing, the top of the plant, the flower, the purple flower, the green leaf, and then the stem, which is like a stalk. But it's just so powerful when they distill it down.
Lavender is probably one of the most versatile
Yes, and
oils.
versatile. That's what I was trying to say. It's so widely known. It's so the knowledge of it is known, but the uses. Oh my goodness, we could talk all night long.
Well, and it's a pleasant fragrance.
Yes.
I have yet to hear somebody say, I don't like that smell.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some people, but not very many.
Yeah, I've heard people say they don't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for whatever reason. But there are people that really don't care for the floral,
Yeah.
scents.
Yeah.
They are more maybe,
Citrus is my
citrus. Or,
I like clean smelling. Even the perfume I wear is citrus.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. But anyway.
I like at certain times it's weird too how when you use oils enough, what you're like, I need to either diffuse this or put some on. I alternate, if I have a headache, the peppermint and lavender, because the peppermint comes in, boom, it's gonna open up your sinuses. It's going to alleviate any intense like throbbing or pain in the head if you're rubbing it on your forehead and down your neck and the back of your neck. But then after putting the lavender on, that helps
That's the
to
soothing
and calming. Yes, and the scent is the two versus the other is just so different. Wouldn't you say, with the mint and then the floral, but it's so powerful.
And
both
works.
of them very strong.
It works so well.
Yeah, if you have never smelled True, like a doTERRA or Young Living, or even what are some of those now or Vive. There's one I've seen recently. They're all therapeutic grade, readily available, and now is very readily available. But just wonderful. There's no comparison. It's nothing like the dryer sheet lavender you smell. That's perfume.
That's right.
Which they take and break it down or somehow make it synthetic. I don't know how they do all that. That's perfumery, right?
Well, and even like the cheaper oils like you get at Walmart and Food Lion and
Target,
all those places.
Hobby Lobby,
everybody.
everybody.
It's perfume that's added for the scent, and so they're not a true oil, and you're not going to get all the health benefits from it that you will
need to
from
look for CTP, certified
therapeutic
grade
something.
G.
Yeah,
that's
there's
it.
another word in there someplace, but anyway, yeah. All right, it's time for our next break. This has gone fast.
I know.
And here comes Randy with, and I'll talk to him during the break and find out what he's talking about tonight. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Hang on.
Come celebrate our 20th anniversary with us and see how we can help with your hearing challenges and hearing care. To celebrate this monumental occasion, when you buy a pair of Livio 1600 series hearing aids or higher, you get one hearing aid for free because it helps to have a spare of equal or lesser value. We know how inconvenient it is to have your hearing aids serviced, maintained, and repaired without a spare. As a community provider, we are focused on individualized care as personalized as your fingerprint. We build relationships with our patients and believe that is the only way to provide the quality of service that has kept us in business for more than 20 years. We have grown and stood the test of time while embracing technological advances and innovations in our industry. We couldn't do it without all of you.
You don't know what anybody can do for you until you have a problem. And when you have a problem, is how the person works through that problem that makes them effective, makes them beneficial in your life. I get involved in a lot of activities at our church. And with the music and things that are going on, I'm going to my noisy setting quite a few times, and then depending upon who's speaking, I may be going to what they call a theater setting, which is a higher level, and so you have to negotiate. You only have, in my case, I only have like 3 different levels now. She does have some technology. We have some different volume controls. I don't use that, and I have to work with her, and rather than having to come back to the office, it's easier for me to call her wherever she's at, and we'll set us up a time, and then she will readjust my hearing aids over the telephone, which works real good. And I've used that quite frequently. But usually once you get set up, you don't typically have to change much. And a lot of times people don't want to go through the pain of the setup process, but if you don't spend the time in the setup process, you're not going to have the long-term results.
We are thankful to our faithful customers and look forward to many more years of service to our community.
I would say patients, they say it for us. You know, they refer people to us all the time, and they're not going to refer if they're not happy with you. If they don't think you're going to take care of their friend or their family member, they're going to you're going to shut right up. They're not going to say anything. And I've built my business on 75% referrals.
We offer convenient financing, layaway, and many pay options to ensure that our customers have comfortable experience getting quality equipment, reliable service you can depend on, and the product that fits both your physical and financial needs. Please visit our website, downeasthearingcare.com. Don't miss out. Schedule your appointment today. This month, we would like to invite you to our VIP 20th Anniversary Open House Hearing Healthcare event. During this event, we are offering 1 free Livio RIC hearing aid with the purchase of 2 Livio MRIC devices per person. Receive an expert, no-obligation hearing consultation and free product demonstration. This limited-time offer is available at our local hearing clinics. Get answers to all hearing-related questions. You can reach our convenient locations in Knightdale at 919-500-7455 or Rocky Mount at 252-378-2018.
Hey, welcome. We're back. We've been talking about essential oils, and we've been talking about natural health and the things that oils can do for you. And I'm just going to plug my Medi-Spa a little bit for right now. You know, our hormones, we have I think over 200 hormones in our body. I think Patrick told me that one time. Wow. I don't know them all, believe me. But you know, your thyroid's a hormone.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people need their thyroid checked, and unfortunately, unless you do some specific tests, you can miss some thyroid problems. And a lot of people, you know, hair loss and palpitations and dry skin and constipation, all those kind of things are a symptom of your thyroid hormone. And of course there is hypo or hyperthyroidism, and there's a whole disease process. I'm not going to go into that. And then of course our sexual hormones, which is progesterone, testosterone, estrogen, those kind of things that make us a male or a female. But as we age, those hormones they're gone. As women age, their ovaries don't produce those things anymore. It's called menopause. And the reason that women gain weight during menopause is because our body wants estrogen. Well, estrogen is stored in fat. And so our bodies make more fat to give our bodies more estrogen. So, that's a big concern and a big complaint of a lot of women is the weight gain. For men, and not having enough testosterone, you can have a low libido. You don't want energy. You don't want to perform in the bedroom. Low energy. You can have depression. A lot of things that affect men as well as women. So that's why I started that MediSpa. I realized sitting in the clinic where I treat people that I did not have all the tools in my toolbox I needed. And you all know I'm all big on natural. And so I do the natural hormone replacement. There is there is one that the pharmaceutical company calls natural or bioidentical, and it's called estradiol. And it is more natural, but it still has synthetic components. And the synthetic components of estrogen and testosterone in those is what causes blood clots. They're metabolized through your liver. You can get blood clots from it. Well, we don't want that. And, you're told if you've had breast cancer or prostate cancer, you absolutely cannot have hormones. That is not true, but you have to have bioidentical hormones. And guess where they come from? Plants. The yam has a lot of hormones in it, and so does soy. And so these properties, the testosterone, the progesterone, the estrogen, is extracted out of the plant, and then it's formed. You can either make it into a cream that you apply on your wrist and your pulse point someplace. That's done daily. Or you can have a pellet insertion, which is inserted into the fat of your backside, and then that lasts for 4 to 6 months, depending upon who you are, how much you have, what your symptoms are. So the general is 3 to 5 months, but it really, so somewhere between 4 and 6 months is when you'd have to have that repeated. So, and then of course, along in the MediSpa, we have weight loss. You all have met Jean White. She's been on my show several times. I've tried to get Joy on. She's our other weight loss health coach, but she can never come on Wednesdays, so it gets to be problematic. But Joy is a registered nurse, and she is a certified health coach, and she usually spends about an hour with you and encourages you, teaches you how to eat. She will do injections. What is it? B12 is one, and what's the other one? I can't remember off the top of my head. But they increase your metabolism, so you can eat right and get your metabolism going a little bit, and that helps you lose weight. Then, of course, Jean does Optavia, and now Optavia has several different programs. It used to be one program, and you had to do that. Now there's 2 or 3 different ones, so they're making it more for, instead of a one-size-fits-all, they're finding that, what is good for me is not necessarily going to be good for Michelle. We're different people. We think differently. We act differently. Our bodies crave differently. And so they've got some of those. Both of them are certified health coaches, and so I'm proud to have them on my staff as and everybody's independent. We don't, I should say my staff, it really isn't my staff. It's their business. I just help promote it and refer to them. And then I am certified in Aroma Touch. I'm looking into how to get Michelle certified into Aroma Touch, which is sort of like a massage, but it's on your back and your feet. It's not your legs, it's not
full body.
It's not, no, it's not full body. And that has been perfected. And then there's also another technique called Symphony of Cells, and I just ordered the book. I'm really looking forward to this because that gives you different disease processes, and then it gives you the recipe of the different oils to blend and to massage into your skin. So we are going to be doing more of that. And I'm looking for a reflexologist, and I'm looking for a massage therapist. So if anybody out there has any of those skills and would like to talk to me, that would be great. I would like to hear that information as well. And I told you a little bit earlier that we sell supplements. We're going to be selling our oils from there, so there will be a actual place where you can come in and talk to Michelle and tell her what your issue is, and then she can make something just for you, specifically for what your ailment is. We try to be as specific to people as possible. That's why there's a saliva test for the creams, there's a blood test for the pellets, and then we base our the cream or the pellets on what your body is deficit. So it's not a one size fits all. That just does not work, and that's part of the reason why I don't like the synthetic thyroid medicine and the synthetic hormones, because we're not a one size fits all. We're all different, and we all have different needs. We all have different deficits. We all have different surpluses, and so that's kind of why I did what I did, why I'm doing what I'm doing. I probably will not leave Family Medical. I'm looking to cut down my hours to maybe 3 days a week or 2 days a week there, and then work at the MediSpa. I'm not quite there yet financially. The MediSpa is pretty much paying for itself now, but I don't get a salary. And until it can make enough money that I can get a little bit for myself, I'll be at Family Medical. And that's okay. I like what I do. I enjoy my patients. I enjoy spending time with them. So I'm not, I'm not upset about that. And my patients don't want me to retire.
I'm sure.
That's an encouragement too.
The providers don't either.
No, nobody does, because we're short of providers, and
Yes.
and there's so much help that's needed. So, and as I said, Randy was coming in just before our last break, and he's got a couple of really interesting programs coming. So Ed, if you're listening, I saw you today and you told me how much you like Randy's program. So he's talking about a fellow by the name of John Nordstrom, who moved to Rocky Mount in 1907. And he lived in a house behind the Masonic Temple. And I'm sure most of you know, the Masonic Temple I don't think they use it as a Masonic Temple anymore. Maybe they do. I don't think so, though. But it's on Church Street. I thought it was near the intersection of Grace. I don't know for sure. Randy will tell you that. But this guy was a 52-year Mason, I think he said. And he and his wife lived behind, there was a house that was behind the Masonic Temple. I think it's the old Sears building now. I don't know what's in there anymore. But anyway, so he's going to be talking about that. So that will be very interesting. And then he also told us, and who knew this, that at one time Rocky Mount was the financial capital in eastern North Carolina. People from all over eastern North Carolina came to Rocky Mount to talk about getting loans and that kind of thing. Who knew? I mean, I knew there was a lot of
banks.
There are a lot of banks here, so maybe that was the beginning of that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think
probably.
that's going to be really interesting. So you be sure you stay tuned to watch Randy and his Way Back Wednesday. I always want to say Throwback Wednesday. It's Way Back Wednesday. And
That's
our
good.
time is up, and so I will see you next month with more of Here's to Your Good Health. Y'all have a great evening, and I'll see you then. Good night.
Good night.